against the light. Yeah, it's very sunny and beautiful today outside. But inside I have to find a way not to get into this ray of light. I wanted to show you my how to call it. I wanted to show you my sleepover, where to put the stress, which I finished actually quite already a couple of months ago, but I still cannot block it. But today it's a bit cool inside. Outside it's 19 degrees, very nice and warm weather. We don't use heating yet. That's why at home it's just like not super cold, but I would put on something warm because even with long sleeves, just a cotton long sleeve, I feel a bit cold still. And I remembered that I needed finished this sleepover somewhere in June still, but I don't know, you know, some tiny things sometimes stop us from finishing the very big project you were working on, and I cannot block it. It's called blocking when you wash your knitted piece of work and then put it on a surface and pin it with needles to make it straight, and it straightened the stitches, because when you knit they are not, because fabric is natural, it is woolen, merino wool, I think. So, and this blocking thing was really stopping me for a long time wearing it. And yeah, in summer I didn't really need it. It was a very warm summer. But now I was happy to finally, I just put it on without any blocking and thought that it can work like this. Another thing which stops me from filming more often and from inside the house is that our house barely ever tidy enough to, in my mind, I think it's in everyone's mind. Look at this. This is how it usually looks when my daughter goes to the daycare, and if I didn't tidy up yet, it would look like this. But yeah, to live with a small child means that your house is constantly a mess, and half of your life is dedicated to clean up every single day, couple of times a day. But you already come up with some routines, and for bigger things I think you don't have energy, or you think I did enough today and I need also to live my life and to do something for myself, and you don't care about bigger things. Yeah, that's why I feel a bit ashamed to film from inside the house, but I think I should just ignore it because the most important thing is to do what you want, and there are so many things you might miss if you don't do something what is really important to you, what you really want to do, but some slightly thing stops you from doing it, then maybe you should just try to ignore them. Let's see what you think about it and what your reaction will be. But yeah, I think dared to try. I still need some time, I think, to try to find some good angles and some places I would like to film from, because this kitchen is not my dreamy kitchen, but this is what we have now, and I don't mind it so much. It's just I think maybe in the picture it might not look really nice. You can see that there are also some ends sticking out of. But I'm so happy that I'm doing it. Oh my god, you cannot imagine. Because again, like, my English was stopping me, the dirty kitchen was stopping me. But the thing is, who doesn't have a dirty kitchen? Or like, even not a dirty, but it's life. You live in some place and you produce some mess. You need to clean up the mess from time to time. But again, a family of 3 people even can be messy. Okay, I think it might be just a test video for my video about our house. I want to tell you how we rented this place and what it cost, and yeah, what can you expect to find on the market when you search for some housing in the north. And I want to show you what I ordered recently. Like I told you that here you can sense the autumn already very, very clearly. And autumn, I think it's my favorite season. I love autumn, and it sparkles some new emotions in me, and I always want to start knitting. I really like, my passion for knitting wakes up in autumn, and I think this time it will last much longer, because until the snow stays, until the summer vibes come, I will want to knit still. Let's turn on extra light. I wanted to show you this. I got a big package. I ordered some wool for my 2 new projects. I am very practical, so we need some warm clothes. We need scarves, we need hats, and I want to knit a scarf for my husband, Richard. It will be a scarf from Petit. How do you pronounce? I never pronounced it. Petit knit. Petit knit. This will be a big scarf, so it requires lots of wool. I'm always surprised how much wool actually you need for a small piece of clothes. I think for these I used in total 6 balls of 50 grams wool. And this one needs 3 of green color, which was so difficult to choose actually, because I don't know, can you see that it's green? It's actually it's called forest, but in real life it looks greenish, brownish something. And 3 colors of contrast wool. Yeah, I'm really curious about how it will feel and look. It was so difficult to choose some scarf. I wanted to knit a scarf, but all they are quite boring to knit, because it's a long piece of fabric eventually, and you just do it in stockinette stitch, and this is the most boring part for me. So I've chosen the most difficult scarf ever existed, I think. Yeah, I will have to learn again a lot while knitting this. I'm not a super experienced knitter. I started knitting when I went to summer camps in Russia. That was a thing there that I actually liked it a lot, that you go to this like 3 weeks staying in the nature, and they have lots of hobbies you can learn there. And I think in a couple of summers I've learned some basic knitting, but I didn't knit for many years. And then one time I felt like knitting again, and when I started knitting with patterns, I started actually be more conscious about what I'm doing with knitting, and I started learning techniques. And the nice thing that it's when you knit one pattern, you I feel like when I finish it, I want to knit it again, to repeat those techniques I just learned and to help my brain acquire them better. So I'm very happy about this project, and I'm curious about how it will go. I think I talked too much about knitting because it's not a knitting channel. It's a channel about my life in Lapland, but this is also a big part of my life and something which brings me pleasure and makes my life cozy. And actually about knitting, okay, I will say one more thing, that such hobbies and activities like knitting is, I think people like them so much because it's the way actually to relax your brain, because you might know that some repetitive mechanical activities really help to create this kind of meditative state of your mind, when you let your mind flow, let your thoughts just be, and it is not only very relaxing, healthy, kind of healing even thing, but also it helps creative people to come up with some ideas. I love such activities like knitting, taking shower also. I don't know, let me know in the comments if when you're in the shower and you just, I don't know what, the sound of water, I always let my mind and thoughts flow, and those issues which I sometimes didn't even thought that they bothered me, or some issues which I couldn't find the answer, why I was too overwhelmed to start trying to find the answer for them. They just get solved very easily when you do some such simple mechanical activities. Also, a weird thing of mine, when Effie goes to bed, my daughter Effie, her name is Effie, and I cannot vacuum after she's in bed, and I don't want to make it too hectic before she goes to bed, so like to vacuum before she goes to bed. And I hate dirty floor when there are some crumbles and crumbles mostly. I take my favorite brush from IKEA, from which cost I think €1 or €2, and I do it mechanically, sometimes even the whole apartment, or sometimes just pieces where it is the most dirty ones. And it also helps me to relax. I know that it might sound crazy to you, but just like squatting with this brush and wiping the floors really helps me just to unwind a bit, like in 10-15 minutes I'm doing it, and it helps to relax my brain after the last couple of hours with a child, when your brain gets overwhelmed from sounds and you move a lot. So maybe you can share in the comments what helps you. Do you have any techniques to relax, and do such things like what I mentioned also work for your relaxation and creative flow? That was again another very spontaneous video about what I find interesting and exciting nowadays. So, like I asked you in my previous or like recent video when I was walking in the forest, what would you like me to film about? And you were so kind in your comments. I was so touched. It was so heartwarming to read your comments, that most of you said that actually like film about what you feel like. So you got what you suggested, and this is what I filmed about, what I felt like talking about today. Even though it's beautiful weather outside, I feel like knitting, and I feel like resting a bit at home, because we had quite this is what I actually wanted to talk to you about, that it was actually quite nice week for us, even though my daughter didn't sleep for 2 nights. Maybe I will go to the kitchen again. Yeah, so my daughter didn't sleep 2 nights in a row for 4 hours. Ooh, the sun! For 4 hours during the every night she was awake, and it was kind of destroying, I think, thing for me and Richard. And despite that, we were quite productive and happy these days. So I published 2 videos, and I feel much better with filming, thanks to your help. Also, thank you very much for your comments. They really support me, and they encourage me to film further. I'm very, very happy to have you on my channel. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and see you in the next videos. Пока. Пока. The light. Okay, we'll go outside and show you the light a bit. We still have polar night light protection. Okay. So I will say goodbye for now, and soon I will invite you for a room tour of our house and tell you a bit more about how we rented it and such things. Have a very nice day, and see you soon. Bye bye.